I have a patient of mine named Sarah that tucked away every birthday dollar and Christmas card check she ever received. Then, when she was 17, she spent an entire year scooping ice cream, babysitting, and waiting tables just to buy the car of her dreams, a shiny, red convertible. To her, it wasn't just a car, it was everything. It meant independence, adventure, freedom. She had the whole summer planned out. Cabins by the lake with friends, volleyball on the beach, secret swims on the rock quarry, bonfires, long drives with the top down. You know, all the stuff that makes summer epic when you're 17. But here's what happened. Right as summer started, Sarah got sick. And I'm not talking the regular cold or some 24-hour bug. This was the kind of sick that wipes you out completely. The kind that keeps you in bed for weeks. By the time she felt halfway normal again, summer was over. That convertible, it just sat there in the driveway collecting dust. She tried so hard to make it all come together, but in the end, all of it slipped through her fingers. Her dream summer was gone. Now, I didn't meet Sarah until she was 34 years old. She came into my office feeling beyond exhausted, brain foggy, heavy. She told me, "I feel like I'm walking through quicksand all day." During her consult, we started digging. I asked her when all this fatigue began, and that's when the memory of that summer came up. The car, the plans, and the illness that wiped it all out. Back then, the doctors gave it a name, but their advice was just to rest and hoped it passed away. Today, doctors told her that it was just stress or just being a busy mom. But I wasn't convinced, because what most people don't realize is sometimes something from your past sticks around, quiet, hidden, still messing with you, even years later. Whatever hit Sarah when she was 17 never actually left. It's been hiding in her system for 17 years, quietly doing damage. And here's the thing, back then, Sarah was diagnosed with Hashimoto's. That's an autoimmune condition where the body turns on its own thyroid, slowly wearing it down over time. No one had ever explained why this was happening, however, just that she needed to be on thyroid medication for the rest of her life. But when I see someone with this level of fatigue, especially a woman who's had thyroid symptoms, there's one thing that I always look for first: a sneaky little invader, the kind that you can't see, the kind that doesn't just go away, the kind that loves to attack that one very specific part of your body. By now, you might be wondering, what could be doing all this damage? Well, it's not just aging. It's not just your lifestyle. So what is the real problem? What if there's something hiding beneath the surface? Something your doctor never tested for because they never thought to look. Now here on the Rest of the Story Health channel, we go deeper. This is where symptoms aren't the enemy. They're clues. If you've been searching for the answers but still feel off, this might be the part of the story that no one else has ever told you. See, this attacker doesn't just make you feel tired for a week and then disappear. It hides, it lingers, it waits, and it absolutely loves the thyroid. It munches on it like Miss Pac-Man chomping dots in a video game. It leaves behind confusion, inflammation, and brain fog. Sarah thought she just needed rest, or stronger coffee, or maybe she figured this is just what getting older feels like, but she was wrong. The real culprit never left. It simply waited and chipped away at her health quietly for years. So if you've been struggling with unexplained fatigue, especially if you have thyroid issues, what happened to Sarah might be happening to you too. Whenever I sit with someone like Sarah, I can feel the frustration behind their words. She has Hashimoto's and she's been tired for so long. She doesn't even remember what normal feels like. She's tried all the diets, the medications. She's done everything right, and still, something isn't right. Hashimoto's is what we call an autoimmune disease of the thyroid. An autoimmune disease means that something is attacking your own body by mistake. In the case of Hashimoto's disease, it's the thyroid that gets hit. But with Hashimoto's, the thyroid isn't the real problem. It's the target. Something deeper is going on. Something is attacking the thyroid. And the body doesn't just turn on itself without a reason. And until you find out what's triggering the immune system to attack it, the exhaustion never really goes away. With Hashimoto's, there are a few possible triggers, but one virus shows up more than anything else, and it's always the first place that I look. And if I find it, then my job is to help the body remove it, because healing can't happen if something's still munching on your thyroid. True healing only begins when the real threat is gone. Most of the time, when a doctor sees that your thyroid isn't working, they give you a little hormone pill. But that's like handing someone a fish. Now, what if you've lost the ability to fish because something's biting through your fishing line? You don't need a new fish. You need to know what's eating at your gear. Now that's how I like to look at thyroid issues. Instead of jumping straight to hormone replacement, I ask a different question. What's damaging the thyroid so badly that it can't do its job anymore? Because if it's under attack, it can't do its job. If the attacker is still there, no amount of medications will fix that. And even if we get rid of the attacker, sometimes the thyroid is so damaged that it can't bounce back right away. That's why simply handing out thyroid meds without dealing with what's actually harming the thyroid is like giving a man a fish and expecting him to thrive. You might keep him alive for the day, but you haven't given him the right tools to feed himself tomorrow. Real healing is about restoring the body's ability to function on its own, and that starts with removing what's doing the damage. So that brings me back to Sarah, because what happened to her, it'll pull it all together in a way that you'll never forget. At age 34, I tested Sarah for the one thing that I suspected was still hiding in her system, and bingo, there it was. That same old virus, still there, still hanging around, still causing damage, still quietly wrecking her health. Even after all these years, we didn't just throw random pills at Sarah and hope for the best. We supported her with targeted natural antivirals. We calmed the inflammation and we strengthened her immune system, and it gave her body a real shot at finally clearing that virus out. And you know what happened? Her energy started coming back. No, it didn't happen overnight, not instantly, but steadily. And for the first time in years, Sarah got stronger. The brain fog started to lift. And one day, she said something that I'll never forget. She said, "I finally feel like me again." And that's when I knew we weren't just managing her condition. This wasn't maintenance, it was momentum. We were turning the whole thing around. Her body wasn't just surviving anymore. It wasn't breaking anymore. We weren't just stalling the damage. We were reversing it. It was rebuilding. When Sarah was 17, she was full of life, with big plans and dreams for the summer that never happened. During our consult, she showed me a photo of that time. And I didn't just see a girl who got sick. I saw someone who deserved to get her energy back. So that's what we worked towards, helping her write a new ending to a story she never chose. And that virus that she had when she was 17, it was Epstein Barr. That's right, the same one that causes mono. And for many people, it never really leaves. It just hides in the background, waiting for the right moment to come back and start attacking. If you've been diagnosed with Hashimoto's, if you're exhausted and no one can tell you why, here's what matters. First, you have to find out what's attacking your thyroid. Then, you need to help the body clear it out. After that, it's about calming the immune system, reducing inflammation, and giving your thyroid the support that it needs to heal from the damage that's already been done. Only then can real healing begin. That's the path to real lasting recovery. When you remove the attacker and rebuild what was lost, your body finally gets the chance to bounce back. Want to know exactly what I use with my patients? In the next video, I'll walk you through it. The dosages, timing, and which supplements to use with caution. Today, Sarah's back at the beach, smiling, thriving, and finally feeling like herself again. This virus didn't win, because real healing isn't about going back to who you were. It's about becoming the version of you that was always there, just waiting to be unleashed. Now, I want to be clear. I'm not here to diagnose or treat your thyroid condition. That's a conversation that you need to have with your healthcare provider. What I'm here to do is point out a pattern that I've seen with my patient who continue to struggle with Hashimoto's, even after doing everything right. There might be an underlying cause like Epstein-Barr virus that's been overlooked. And sometimes asking a new question is a thing that finally moves the needle. A great doctor doesn't have all the answers on the first try, but great doctors keep digging. My hope is that this video helps you become a better detective, not just for yourself, but for your doctor too. Because when patients and providers work together, real healing becomes possible. That was just one chapter. If this made something click in your mind, hit subscribe. This is where we go deeper. I talk about real root causes, not just band-aids, a place where we tell the rest of the story. Drop a comment if you've had mono, or if you've been stuck on thyroid meds with no real answers. Let's have that conversation. Symptoms are just clues. Your body never breaks down without a reason. And now you know the rest of the story, but it's what you do with this information that counts. Look, if Epstein-Barr is still hiding in your system, it's like Miss Pac-Man is the virus, zipping around your body, gobbling up your thyroid one bite at a time. She doesn't stop. She just keeps going, level after level, unless you do something to stop her. And until you clear that virus out, no amount of thyroid meds can fix the damage she's causing behind the scenes. It's not you making the decisions, it's the virus. Miss Pac-Man gone rogue, messing with your metabolism, hijacking your energy, and making your body chase its own tail. But here's the good news. You can take the controls back. You don't have to let the virus run the show anymore. Once you know what you're up against, you can stop running, start healing, and finally take charge of your health again. Now, in my next video, I'll show you exactly how to kick this virus out of the driver's seat and how to rebuild your thyroid so it doesn't stay stuck in survival mode. Because it's time to stop playing their game and start winning your own. Miss Pac-Man used to run the show, but this time, the game's over and we're rebuilding. Because when you remove the muncher, you finally give the thyroid space to rest, recover, and heal the way it was always meant to. Well, that's it for today's video. I hope you picked up some tips that you can actually use. If you want to keep learning, your next video is waiting for you right here. And hey, if I've earned it, hit the subscribe button and give this a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow.